1, 2, 3. Great.
Beautiful. And now I have to put this on mute. Give me just a minute, and then we'll begin. Okay. Woo! It always just really gets me there. All right, so now we're on the YouTube Live. Hi, Kelsbell.
Oh, hi, Lindsay.
How are you doing? Are you going to use your microphone?
No. Thank you. I forgot. I told you, I have no memory. Every time we record, it's like it's all new for me. Well, who are you?
I'm Lindsay. I've been working with you for 10 years.
Oh, shit. It's been longer than that, actually.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think we're legally married. Well, no, because we're not in the
Florida.
same state. Well, isn't everyone? I mean... Whew, I'm good. How are you? What's new?
I'm good. I missed you. I miss you.
And
to our listeners out there, I haven't seen Kelly in like a week, which is kind of a lot.
It's long for us.
But sometimes good to take a break. Sometimes
I went on vacation. You were invited. You didn't come.
Couldn't do
so
it.
you have no one to blame but yourself.
Couldn't do it, but I'll see you this weekend. We're going camping.
We are. We're going to shit in a hole.
All right. Are we ready to start?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room, Zoom.
Woo!
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Lindsay.
How are you?
I'm great. Oh, we're doing this again?
Well, this is for our listeners that are not on the YouTube Live.
Oh, God. They got their own introduction. Isn't that special?
Yes. And something very special today is a guest that we've never met IRL, but we saw him...
Well, we did meet him.
Like after the show, like a hi, good job.
Right,
that was very funny.
Yeah.
But one of our last time maybe going out.
Yeah, one of the
before pandemia times. We saw him perform at our dear friend Sarah Taylor show.
Yeah.
Who was also on this podcast.
Yes.
And I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. He's hilarious. He is a comedian and musician. He writes funny songs.
Yeah.
And he's great.
Are we ready to introduce our guest?
Oh my God. You know, can I just say one thing about him?
Yes.
He has stairs in his apartment.
Did you hear he
No.
has stairs? He did a flex right before we started recording.
I was impressed.
He's the only one with stairs.
The only one I've heard of.
I have him in my building, but I don't have him in my apartment.
Yeah, that's you can't even. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has stairs in his apartment.
Woo!
Morgan J. Hi, Morgan.
I'm so sorry. I'm winded. I was going up my flight of stairs in my apartment, and it's like. It's insane. It's like if you knew how many stairs there were in the apartment, you'd know. That
how many?
Wait, how many are there?
I mean, at least 15 stairs. At least 15 steps.
Whoa! That's not.
That's right.
That's not a standard staircase. I think that's more.
That's not.
Wow. Because you have to get super high. Because you have to be higher than all the rest.
2 balconies, okay? 2 tandem parking spots, 2 ACs, okay?
Whoa.
Giant windows.
You didn't say nothing about those balconies.
Why are we recording here and not there?
We have a podcast studio here. We are ready to go, guys. Wait, what part of town y'all live in?
I'm in Silver Lake.
Okay,
I'm in Los Feliz.
Oh, we're on opposite ends of the world.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm in Mar Vista, which is like Culver City, almost.
Yeah.
It's like between Venice and Culver City. I moved here from New York 9 years ago, and I love the neighborhood, and I just never left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We moved here from New York like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you guys move together?
Yeah.
6 months apart.
Lindsay,
6 months apart.
Lindsay left before me because she wanted to get away.
No.
Actually, I said I was moving to New York. I'm like, I said I was moving from New York. I'm like, I can't be here anymore. I just got to get out. It's time. I'm going to LA. And Lindsay was like, oh shit. Oh no, I can't live without you. What am I going to do?
Wait, were you guys roommates?
So she was like, well, I'm going to move.
No, but
okay.
I lived with her for a little while. I lived alone in New York, so I would like rent out my apartment, and she had a third bedroom that I would sometimes we've lived together for months at a time. But
but then we got bed bugs.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got bed bugs.
It kind of ruined our time together.
Oh, don't worry. Don't even stress about that.
Woo!
It's all good.
Woo!
Yeah.
You guys are good now.
Well, Morgan, it's so nice to have you. I can't wait to do a deep dive because you were quite the high schooler. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Very impressive high school resume.
Yes.
I'm doing the emoji.
He's doing the don't mean to brag. Oh well.
Let's read his resume.
Oh,
read it.
Let's read it.
Should we?
Sure.
I told you guys beforehand. I was like, look, there's never going to be another opportunity where I could just like read my high school resume where it's appropriate. You know?
Exactly.
So if this is the podcast, it's like, yes, we'll just give it all.
I
like the Master S in the background. Heck yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Master S, baby. Oh, I know. We were all about the Master S.
Yeah, we did that a lot.
Why is it a master?
I don't know.
That's what I remember it being called. God, this is bringing up so many memories.
Because it's like the best S.
I'm thinking about that one girl, Kayla Codina, who got fingered in the back of the school bus outside the high school, and like, what a wild time high school is. And I bet you it's crazier now. It's like less but more. It's like.
Yeah.
Because I know their gen is having less sex, but they're also like doing hornier things online. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't look at kids online, so I don't know about that.
I have like a TikTok following, so I'm on TikTok a lot, so I see a lot of people.
I see.
It's a lot of the young ones on there.
Yeah, you see like between the ages of like 18 and 25, and you're like, dude, what are you guys?
Sure.
What the F are y'all?
What are they doing? Tell the old people.
Yeah, what are they doing?
They're literally just making faces like this.
He's
like
doing sort of
unironically, and then the girls are wearing next to nothing, and that app promotes, it promotes like what's the word like it fetishizes youth.
Got it.
So it's I don't know.
Maybe Trump should have gotten rid of it.
Maybe he should have. It's honestly the best thing that's ever happened for my career. But I think it's probably going to be detrimental. I don't want to get all like it's probably going to be detrimental to society. And I think that's China.
But at least you'll be okay. At least you could get another balcony someday soon.
Yeah,
you can add that second flight of stairs. So
goal is only balconies, only stairs in the apartment, no backyards. Make this very difficult to live in.
No rooms. It's just stairs to balconies.
Yeah, I like my apartment to look like an MC Escher painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you're just like
exactly. Okay,
sorry.
No. Morgan J. Okay, wait. Oh, best subject K through 12 was math. We didn't do.
Sometimes we torture ourselves with math.
Oh wait, did you guys not do AP Calc senior year? I'm sorry.
No.
Worst subject was English. Well, you're in luck. After school activities included student government. Don't want to brag, but I was class president freshman and sophomore year. I think you did want to brag, but that's neither here nor there. School treasurer. That's right. You read that correctly.
As a junior, by the way, which is unheard of.
Wow.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, it's unheard of because the school positions were the school government was for seniors, but I was such a funny class clown, I got in there as a junior.
Wow.
That's how you got to be the school treasurer, because you were so funny. They're like, this guy will be funny with the numbers.
That's right.
Wow. And school president senior year, he was in all-state choir, honor society, drama club. He played varsity tennis.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're throwing tennis in there?
Woo!
Didn't see it coming.
He made a video yearbook. And sold it to his class around graduation.
That's right.
Well, and he will try to find links, but his computer is still in the shop.
So I'm using a PC now. I'm using my gaming PC.
Wow, so you were an entrepreneur. I'm making a video, or was this blackmail?
No, it was.
Of your high school class.
I don't know why I got into it. I had a camera. I bought this at the time it was like a $400 camera that I filmed everything, and then I was learning how to. I just started editing it, and I put some little chapters together, and put it on a DVD, and I think I made like $1,000 selling this thing, and it's forever.
Wow.
It's cool.
Sweet.
I'm so glad I did it.
That's pretty cute. Yeah, that's nice. You have those memories.
I have those memories.
Until they don't make DVDs.
Morgan,
anymore.
I think I've told this story on this podcast before. I was just talking about it the other day, but I also made a video at the end of my senior year that made the school look so bad that they threatened me if I didn't give them the tape that I wouldn't graduate. So I had to give it back to the school because I had teachers on there getting wasted with students, and I just took video of all this crazy shit that was going down.
Oh my God.
I went to a prep school, and for our senior trip, they took us on a cruise.
Oh boy.
And they were like, do whatever you want, just don't do anything illegal, basically. So we all like got wasted with our young hot teachers.
International waters, baby.
Yeah.
Did y'all hook,
and I got it all on film.
Did anybody hook up with the teachers? Real talk, be honest.
Not on this trip, but my ex-boyfriend left me for a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah.
He just wanted an A.
And another guy that was in our
That's
group
hot.
started dating this cheerleading coach. And she would hang out with us, and we would have to just be like, "This is
Like,
so
this
weird.
is normal.
Like, why is this
is
happening?
fine.
Why is she here?" Like, because she was probably 23.
Probably not that much older,
you know.
but still.
It was weird.
You
It was
guys
a
are
crazy
both.
time.
Were you guys both cheerleaders?
Neither
No.
one of us were cheerleaders.
No,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I got
Not-
confused with that story. Okay, I didn't get the cheerleader.
Were you a
vibe from
cheerleader?
you. I tried out.
No,
I tried
yeah.
out to be a cheerleader. I did. Me and
Uh-huh.
James Sweeney, the only two guys who wanted to try out, and
Uh-huh.
they wouldn't. We didn't make it. And I even learned all my arm movements and shit.
yeah, you have a lot of arms.
I could
and
see you being
yeah.
a cheerleader.
You got a lot of arms.
You're
But we just wanted to meet girls.
How do you say that word?
right.
Yeah.
We just wanted to.
They
meet girls.
probably sensed that.
Where are you
totally.
from? You're from Jersey?
Jersey, North Jersey, Mahwah, Bergen County, about an hour outside of New York City. So
Cool.
that's where I'm from. Yeah, you know. I'll tell you this.
Nice.
I went to NYU for acting, and then like the year after, in freshman year, like I went back to my school because I went back to the high school just to like check it out, and like nobody cared. So I was like, why the fuck did I come back here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a dork.
Yeah. You went and said hi to teachers, and they're like,
Cool.
hey.
Hey, you don't need to be.
How's
here.
it going?
What are
You did it.
doing
Yeah.
here?
You went
You know-
through it. You're good.
Yeah.
You're allowed to leave.
Yes.
We survived you
Yeah.
once. Now get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So what was like your crowd in high school
I was like that.
besides
friends with-
trying to hang out with cheerleaders?
Yeah, I was the friends with no one, friends with everyone kind of person. Because I went to like a really
Mhm.
like my school was like a really wealthy school. It was a public school, but it was the kind of school where the students drove better cars than the teachers. And
Yes.
Got it.
I wasn't one of those people. My mom like cleaned houses, and like there was like, I'm not saying we were not wealthy, but like relative to this neighborhood, we were like not. You know what I mean? Like she was cleaning
Right,
yeah,
like,
right.
rich people's houses in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And like
Right.
I walked to school, and so and there was a lot of like white wealthy people, and then there was a group of poor black people, and then I kind of like fell in the middle of like this ethnically ambiguous person. So I kind of like moved around a lot of different groups in school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
never
you
felt
were
like
a
I quite fit
floater.
in.
That's what we call them on
Yeah.
the show.
Also, like, you know, I had a really good friend in high school, and his parents didn't like. He told me later that his parents didn't want him to come to my place because, you know, we lived in this small apartment, and I had a single mom. She's Brazilian, and his parents thought that he might be doing drugs at my place because like there was no supervision.
Oh my
We didn't know
God.
what I was doing. When in fact,
Right.
in schools like this, it's the exact opposite. It's like these wealthy,
Yes.
rich
Always.
white
Yeah.
kids who are doing the craziest shit and getting away with
Crazy
it.
as shit.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
'Cause if
I
you
went
know-
to
if you-
public school my whole life, and then
Yeah.
went to prep school. And when I saw the difference of the kids from the public to
Yeah.
the prep, it was crazy because they had money. They could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, if you know anything about children of immigrants, they do not, or for the most part, they're like stressed out and anxious all the time because they like don't want to disappoint their
Right.
parents. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's
They
okay.
had
I
it
don't-
all wrong. They had you all wrong.
It's okay. I have no trauma. I have nothing to unpack. It's fine.
No,
No, you have stairs. You're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing fine. That'll make up for any childhood trauma is instantly released as soon as you
having a one-bedroom,
move
one
into your
loft in
first
Los
apartment with
Angeles.
stairs. That's right. That's
Yes,
exactly
in
right.
Mar Vista. Don't forget it.
You guys are
Hey.
gonna have to come
All
by
right,
and check
should
it
we-
out. Come over for
No,
brunch.
we would
Yeah,
love
we're gonna
to.
start recording our podcast from that beautiful
You know what?
podcast loft
I'll
you
tell
have.
you what. I'll say this: if I cannot, I've been thinking of like if after like a year I'm having trouble affording this place, I think I will like rent this out or like I'll use this space. and
You-
people can
you
do that,
absolutely
Definitely
should.
should.
you
Yeah.
know? So I think I'll do that.
Yes.
There you go. Always an entrepreneur, this one.
Always.
You gotta be. You
From
gotta
day
be.
one. All right, should we play?
Let's do it. Let's go to class.
Let's go to class.
Let's go to class.
Can I actually go go first?
You can do whatever you want.
All
Was that
right.
a bell?
That was the bell.
Was that supposed to be a bell? Oh, okay.
It was great.
Sounded like my cell phone ringing. Morgan J on the sound effects.
Interpretation of
That's
that.
right.
So
That was a turkey.
Morgan J makes me want to just say Morgan J and not Morgan. Is that a thing? I feel like two people.
I
Yeah, well,
can't.
my
I
full
cannot
name-
not say his last name as well.
My full name is Morgan J. Venticinque. And
Ooh,
Venti
Venticinque. I love that.
yeah, when I dropped a very Italian Sicilian last name, so I'm Brazilian and Italian, which makes me Persian for some reason. I don't know why I look like this, but
No, that's the equation. I've seen it before. Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, when I moved to LA, I dropped the last name just because when I was doing stand up in New York, nobody could really pronounce the last name, and I just didn't want. I was going to be auditioning for stuff, and I think you guys know if you're auditioning for stuff, like sometimes the casting director, it's as petty as like, let's go with the guy whose name is easier to say. I don't want to. It can literally be that. It's going to be easier to write in all the forms, and just go with that guy.
Yeah.
I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah, totally.
No, I just read a thing about that actor Cal Penn.
Yeah.
Remember, like,
Yeah.
he dropped his last name, and as soon as he did his, remember I did this on the show.
Yeah.
His callbacks went up like 60% after he dropped his real
it's bizarre.
last name.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
I never heard that,
It's
but that
crazy.
now I feel good about that because it just like makes me feel like I made the right decision.
They're like, we can pronounce his name. Let's hire him.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about NYU a little bit. So you
Sure.
went to NYU, which you said was only like an hour away from where you grew up, right?
Yeah.
And you went to Tisch, which is like kind of a big deal. Don't mean to brag for you, but that's kind of a big deal.
Everything he said to us was bragging.
Yeah.
Everything he told us.
This should
about
just be
himself
called.
was a
This
brag.
should be called the Big Deal Podcast, where you interview big deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're our first guest.
Yes.
Our first and only guest. So you mentioned that you minored in, what did you minor in at NYU?
Classics.
Ooh.
Tell us why. Why did you minor in that?
I just found that stuff real interesting. So we're reading stories like Aeschylus and Plato and like philosophical, like ancient texts. What is it? Virgil, the Aeneid. I think he wrote, I forget all the names now, right? I forget all that stuff. But we learned about Sparta and Athens and all the stuff that went down there in the Mediterranean. And because I probably got some of that.
Down.
A lot of stuff went down. I probably got a lot of blood from there. I mean, Spartans were crazy. Like if they found a baby that was like deformed or like had an issue, they would like they had no handy-capable accessibility features in Sparta.
Definitely,
like, if you had an
definitely
issue,
not.
like real talk, if you had an issue, they'd like put you out to sea or like throw you in a pit somewhere. That's why like Spartans were known to have like this like they're like a master like strong. I'm nerding out of it. I think it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But they were like that. That's why I love 300, and I was like, this is so because let's move on.
Okay. You'll have plenty of time to nerd out because we're actually going to focus on Greek tragedies today.
No.
Oh
my God.
What do I call this class?
No, you could just call it Greek tragedy. That's a class.
Are you doing like literature?
Yeah, Greek literature.
Greek tragedy.
Classics.
Classics.
Yes. Classics class.
Classics class.
The Odyssey, the Iliad, all that stuff.
Oh, you are.
He's obviously going to win this game.
Okay, so Kelly, do you want a piece of paper? I feel like Morgan.
No, we have to write stuff down.
I feel like Morgan definitely doesn't need one, but maybe you want a piece of paper.
Sure. Okay. Give me a piece of paper so I can write down answers that.
If you want to. We're going to do a game called I Have a Question where it's like Jeopardy style. So I'm going to ask you both the same question. You're going to write down your answer.
Oh,
because I have an office, and I have an office in my apartment. So
no brags here.
You know what? I'm limiting the brags. One brag per school subject.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
But only for Kelly. You're allowed to brag all you want, Morgan.
Here we go.
All right. Let's take us back. Okay.
Take me.
We see a horseshoe-shaped stage. We're going to do a deep dive into the classics where all the actors were men. Instead of one actor telling a story, there was a chorus.
Sure.
Does it take you back, Kelly?
Takes me back. I feel like I'm in Greece.
Oh my God.
When you used
taking me back.
There were masks.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
those masks?
Oh, yeah. There's a happy mask and there's the sad
singing.
mask.
There was singing. So much singing.
Oh, there was so much singing involved.
And it was like guttural singing. It was coming from like a yes. People threw food at the stage. I mean, this shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. So, question number 1. Both of you are going to write this down and answer in any way you want.
Woo.
Just answer the fucking question. What is the definition of a tragedy?
Ooh.
Yeah, it sounds simple, doesn't
Definition.
it? And I'm going to pick which one I like best, and then Marsha will give you a point. What is the definition of a tragedy? What is a tragedy? We know comedy very well. We know who Seth Rogen is. He's all over the news these days. But what is a tragedy? All right, I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds to think with your noggins. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's start with our guest, Morgan. Morgan, what is a tragedy?
I didn't write anything down, so I'm going to go off the dome. A tragedy, if we're looking at it in terms of theater, is a play where there's a protagonist and an antagonist who has to overcome some sort of obstacle.
Okay, that's a good answer. Kelly, do you want to answer? Do you want to?
A tragedy is when everyone dies because God hates us all.
Oh, that's a good take. That's a good take. All right, I'm going to give you both a point.
Wow.
I have to say Morgan was definitely way more on the nose.
Of course.
But I liked your guttural...
everyone dies.
I was
God hates us
I
all.
was going to try to say something funny like, it's a tragedy that dress Rihanna wore to the Met Gala or some shit like that,
Right.
I tried to think of something like that too, but all I could think of was like my life, and I'm like, let's not go there. It's not that funny. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, great.
But yes, in my definition, the word protagonist was in there, so Morgan sounded smart in that sense. There's, a lot of personal qualities. There's a fall to disaster.
Sure.
Personal failing.
Yes.
Like an Oedipus Rex when
Circumstances
he
which-
fucks his mom.
Right.
Right.
That is a tragedy.
That is
Although, I
certainly
don't
a
know, maybe
tragedy.
it was good.
It could have been good, but overall, it probably wasn't a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm not here to promote it.
I'm not trying to argue
And
points for myself.
I'm
but
also
I feel
not
like
gonna
I was closer,
Yeah.
so I feel like I should get the full point and that you should get 0 points. But
This is the first question. Okay, you need to relax.
Morgan J, you're new here, so
I'm gonna just go downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs.
Go downstairs. You're done. We're banishing you to the downstairs
I like this
of your
one
nice
time.
apartment
It creates a lot of
with a balcony. Yeah. So one thing that you
because
guys
people die, right?
People
If
do,
no one, tell me a tragedy where no one dies.
no, there's a lot of death, but also the audience is supposed to experience a
Catharsis! I knew it. Give me a point. I said catharsis.
Catharsis during a
that works.
tragedy.
That's fair.
Right.
That's just one thing the teacher wanted to mention. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Teach.
Number 2.
Oh, God.
What are the 5 elements of a typical tragedy? Now, every one you get right, I'm going to give you a point.
Okay. Well, catharsis.
So what are the 5 elements of a typical tragedy? There's 5 elements, okay?
Like story-wise, or like what you're seeing on stage, or
Each Greek tragedy has to have these 5 things in the script or on the stage. It's the rules of a Greek tragedy. 5 elements.
Oh my God, I forgot.
5.
I really am supposed to know this.
He should know this because if he majored in this, and he is perfect, we have determined and he has stairs,
I think we're giving him a little too much credit. Like, I mean, we just met him. I don't know. It's just like, maybe it's like all flash and nothing's no substance. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's true.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like him. All right. I'm going to give Kelly a chance. Kelly, would you like to guess first?
Okay, there has to be a stage.
Okay.
There has to be a protagonist.
Interesting.
And an antagonist.
Uh-huh.
There has to be a catharsis, like you said, and there has to be a deus ex machina.
Oh my God, I thought you wouldn't get that. Fuck.
That was really good, but none of those are correct.
Fuck.
Morgan, do you want to try to guess?
Well,
the 5?
I said
Oliver.
there's usually like a hero.
Oliver!
There's usually a hero of the play.
Is that not that's not the protagonist?
All right, let's
I
Let's
think we
do
both
this.
failed
Let's
this
wipe
shit.
it clean.
Fuck.
We're gonna
God damn it.
wipe our asses clean of this.
Cool.
Let's think of it 5 elements of the script
Okay.
structure. Like the structure.
She's not going to tell us. She wants us to learn. Oh, Morgan's praying? What is he doing? He's
Well,
crying?
I mean,
Come back.
I'm embarrassed. I studied
Preparing
this stuff.
himself.
All right, what if I give you a hint?
Okay,
Okay.
please.
The first one is the prologue.
Okay.
Oh,
Are we
like
getting somewhere
now? That's okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
the prologue, so that's
All right.
like, this is what happened, like, that's setting us up for the story. Like, this is like the beginning,
Terrible.
Yes.
like
Yes.
the history of what's going on. Okay, so it's setting the stage.
Yeah, it's usually a dialogue. One guy comes out and gives a little like back and
Right.
Okay. So can you think of any other ones besides the prologue?
I thought Deus Ex
You
can yell 'em
Machina was
out.
a thing in it.
It is not in this question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, Morgan, let's see. Let's see what you got.
Prologue, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Epilogue. Is that all it is?
Beautiful.
I'm going to give you a point because of, yes, that is, those are not the names that they use.
They have
so
that-
let me just tell you. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's the structure?
that is the structure. So
What are you
it's-
going for here? Let's
it's a
teach. Tell us.
prologue,
Okay.
a parados.
Whoa.
Does this sound familiar to you, Morgan?
Never heard that word.
An episode,
Episode, okay.
a stasimon.
I don't remember.
Does this
any of
sound
those.
familiar
Like
No.
a
to anyone?
sounds like a staph infection.
And an exodus.
Exodus.
Yeah, I don't
Which is
remember any of
when
that. I don't remember any of that.
So
I don't
basically,
deserve, honestly, I don't deserve the point. You shouldn't give me the point. I don't deserve it.
Well, you're our guest. The parados is when the chorus comes on. So there's a prologue, then the chorus comes on and kind of backs up the prologue. Then the stasimon is basically like the episodes. They go back and forth like they're the scenes
Okay.
of the actual show. And then what was next? So it goes parados, episode. It goes back and forth between those two. And then there's the exodus. So that's okay. We failed, but that's all right.
Well, we're
gonna
learning.
get this.
We're here to learn.
Yeah, we're going to get this next one right, guys. I can feel it.
I don't feel anything. I'm numb.
All right, let's
We're
do
on
number
Klonopin
3. Your
and
book.
Xanax. Let's go.
Kelly, I need you to pull this out of your brain because Morgan's going to know some of these. Okay, so the pressure's on.
Yeah, but no pressure.
Can you name 3 famous Greek tragedies? Can you name 3? If you get 1, you'll get a half a point.
What?
Can you name 3 famous
God.
Greek tragedies?
I'm like remembering the like I'm
I
gonna
don't
just
do
give
good
you a
with
bunch of
names.
stuff. I said one a bunch already.
You did.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Think about fucking your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna just name like a comedy, these great novels, whatever they are, great tales.
However you want to answer. You
I'll
do.
do all
You
of
do.
them. I don't know if they're
boo-boo.
tragedies.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That works. And Kelly, you can do the same. Anything Greek and old. Want to try anything Greek and old?
I wrote 3 things down.
Okay, great.
I don't know if they're tragedies.
Okay. Well, we're gonna just see what happens.
Mhm.
All right. Let's start with Morgan.
All right. Well, I said Oedipus Rex.
Yes, you did.
I wrote Lysistrata, but I think that's a comedy. I wrote
Yes.
the Iliad, and then I wrote the Odyssey.
Good.
But I think those are epic.
Duh.
Those are technically epics, but I don't know if those
Epic.
count.
Yeah, but
Poems or something.
Iliad,
Yeah.
Odyssey, and Oedipus Rex, I will 100% take. So I'm going to give you a point for that.
By the way, do you
And
know what
then, Kelly, what
Lysistrata
did
is
you write?
about? Are you guys want to know what Lysistrata is about?
Those are the dicks, right?
Yeah, so like all the women refuse to have sex with the men, so all the men just start fucking each other.
Yeah, it's so good.
And
Never
that's how they justified homosexuality to themselves, and then the rest is history. And now
Right.
we've been cool with homosexuality since then.
Dude,
Right?
I had a guy
Yes.
slide into my DMs trying to get with me. Like he was like, "Hey man, listen, do you listen? Chicks can be a drag, man. That's how he started. Like chicks can be a drag.
Trying to like convince you.
Yeah, he's like,
love
listen,
that.
dude. You want to just like get
Listen,
together and
dude.
just like watch some porn and like jerk off with each other, man. Like chicks, are,
Aw.
like, and I was like, that's cool,
Chicks
dude.
are
It's
drag.
like the way he was
Yeah.
so trying to be my bro about it, as if bros are like, hey,
Yeah.
bro, dude, my girlfriend's giving me a hard time. You want to get together and just like put on some Pornhub and just fucking vibe out? Like, it's not like that.
I love it. That's so
I
great.
love it. So how was the jerk off sesh?
It was
You
sick.
had to go.
It was sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go, go, go,
It
go,
was
go.
It's
sick.
fun, right?
He's a good guy.
Yeah, me and Lindsay do it all the time.
Yeah.
we
We just
we
jerk
don't
each
touch
other
each.
off.
No, we don't touch each other. We're just
Oh,
in the same room.
I thought we were telling people that. Kelly, what are your 3?
I wrote Oedipus Rex because Morgan said it. I wrote Electra and Antigone.
Oh,
That works. I forgot though. You should
That
get a point
works.
too.
That works.
Those are
Yeah,
better than my
that
answers.
works.
Those are better than my answers.
No. Your answers were correct.
Well,
All
hers
right,
were
we're
more
gonna do
specific
one
because they
more.
were tragedies.
We're gonna
Sorry,
do
you know-
one.
I think
more.
I should get 1 point and he should get half a point. No,
Okay.
You'll get over it. We'll do one more. So, on this same note, can you name some famous Greek playwrights? And I'll give you a point for each one that you can name. Okay? Last question in Greek classics class.
I don't know who wrote
Can you name
this
some
shit.
famous Greek playwrights?
Greek.
Famous Greek playwrights.
I only can remember one, dude. I can only remember fucking.
That's okay. Then you'll get a point if you get it right. I love it. I'm going to give Kelly a little more time.
I
While
got it.
giving-
I got
You
it.
got it?
Mhm.
All right, Kelly, why don't you go first?
John Stamos.
Oh, that's good. I don't know if he's ever written a play, though.
Jennifer
Andy
Aniston.
Andy Milonakis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Zach
good, you guys.
Galifianakis.
Really good. That's another one. All right.
No, I only
Cool.
I only had Aeschylus, and then I'm gonna just throw
Yes.
Homer. I'm gonna throw Homer in there just because Homer like wrote the Iliad and the
Did he
Odyssey.
write plays? Okay.
Go
You
ahead
gotta
and
give him.
throw a Homer in there.
Throw him in.
You can go ahead and throw.
Those are the only
Throw
two I can
him
think
in
of off the top.
No
of my head.
homo. Throw him in. You know.
Yeah, no Homer.
Sophocles,
Oh.
Euripides, Aristophanes.
Oh my
Who
God.
wrote comedies? He wrote
Okay.
comedies.
Wasn't Sophocles the one they like killed? He had to drink the hemlock. No, that's Socrates.
I don't know.
I think that was Socrates.
Socrates.
Yeah.
Let's do a Socrates verse.
Can you imagine?
Sophocles? Go ahead.
If they
Okay.
They were
Write
like,
it down.
"Oh no, you're confusing me with Sophocles. I'm Socrates." It's like walking around town.
yeah.
I love
Uh-huh.
that.
Are you,
I love
are you
that
Socrates?
conversation.
No, I'm Sophocles. the
No,
playwright.
No,
I'm
Sophocles.
the other one.
Oh, okay. We're
Yeah.
not going to kill you then.
Yeah.
Oh, whew, okay. I mean, I didn't know that's what you were.
Well, listen, you guys. I have a feeling you both did great.
Thanks.
I have a feeling Morgan J now feels like he needs to go back to his roots in
I do,
Greek
honestly.
classics and revisit because it's something you nerd out on, and we just wanted to remind
It was
you that
fun.
it's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Let's keep it going with the writing. I'm going to take us to English class.
Great.
Okay.
And this class is called the Banned Book Nook.
Oh.
We're going to talk about books that have been banned.
Ooh.
Bad
Ooh.
bad books.
Ooh.
Have you ever read a book, Morgan?
Honestly, no, I have. I'm reading one right now. Not right now, but I'm reading. I try to always have a book I read before bed.
You're reading one. I'm sorry. Just imagine you.
I try to read.
Just
yeah.
literally reading as we're doing this whole as we're doing this podcast.
Good
Just
podcast.
hold on a second.
Good podcast. And I'm like reading it. No, I try to read. This is something. One of the things I took from an ex-girlfriend. She always would read before bed, and now I do that. I read before bed. And
Cute.
love that.
What are you reading right now?
I am reading Dune because I like sci-fi. I'm reading Dune right now.
Cute.
And I know it's coming out in October, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What's coming out in October?
The movie,
movie?
Dune.
Didn't they make that movie in the 70s?
Yeah, but I think they can make a better one now. So
Remake.
it has Timothy Chalamet.
They probably can.
So
Oh.
he's the main guy in it.
I saw him.
Cool.
I saw
Cool.
him at a Thai restaurant not long ago.
What did you order?
I don't know because we were waiting to get takeout because of COVID.
Oh.
But I was like,
Oh.
that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the little guy. The
Did he
cute
seem
little guy.
cute? Did he seem cute in person?
Yes, he looks exactly the same.
I don't know. I've heard his name, but I actually don't know who he is. Am I
Call me
supposed
by your name?
I didn't see it. I know it's on my list.
It was hot.
Mm-hmm.
It was hot.
Mm-hmm.
It was naughty.
Is that the movie you watched with the guy that slid into your DMs?
No, we watched Nothing But Dicks Part 2, and it was sick.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Especially part 2.
Yeah.
Number 1. In 2019,
Who is this question for?
it's for Morgan, our guest.
Got it.
Wait, are we not now? Are we
Morgan.
not going against each other?
Now we're
going
back and forth.
Now we're going back and forth.
Okay.
Morgan J. This question is for you. Number 1. In 2019, 2 New Jersey lawmakers introduced a non-binding resolution calling on school districts in the state to remove which novel considered to be one of the greatest in American literature from their curricula. They say the novel can create an uncomfortable atmosphere in the classroom. Was it A, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, B, To Kill a Mockingbird, or C, The Great Gatsby?
Interesting.
Those are all. I was literally either going to say To Kill a Mockingbird or The Adventures of Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with To Kill a Mockingbird.
That is incorrect.
Oh, can I steal? Can I steal?
If you stop whining. Lindsay, would you like a chance to steal?
She yelled at me. Mom, teacher yelled at me. I think it's Huck Finn.
It is.
You see,
very
because I
good.
thought that was like, I thought they tried to remove that like years before. I thought that was going to be like, I thought you
Yeah.
were
There's
going
been
to
a
misdirect
lot.
me. Do you know what I mean? They've tried to remove that so many times.
Yep. You thought I was smarter than I was crafting the question.
I don't
Yes.
remember what To Kill a Mockingbird was about.
I didn't finish To Kill a Mockingbird because we were reading it like at the time that my grandmother died. So I remember like bringing the book with me to the funeral. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking read this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I never
no.
finished it.
Did you finish it? Did your grandmother not die? Did you finish it, Morgan?
No, she died. So thanks for that. But
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I just wasn't kidding. No, she did
She's
die.
very sensitive.
No,
Lindsay is.
I read it. I think I did read it. Actually, I don't think I did. I think I did.
I
the
don't
Spark
remember
Notes.
what it's about.
I think
Okay,
it's
we gotta get the Spark
we'll get the
Notes back
Spark
on.
Notes. I mean, let's be honest. We read this. That's really, even books I say I read, a lot of them was just the
Right.
Sparks.
Remember Spark Notes?
So we have to
before, like,
write
Google
down
was
that we
something?
have to do
To Kill
a
a
dive into
Mocking-
Kill a Mockingbird. I mean,
Okay.
I think there was. I think I read somewhere that one was actually some places are trying to ban it
They
because
gotta keep
it's kind of
Huckleberry Finn.
like,
Mhm.
yeah, well, it's all because of like racist, using the N-word. And also, I think with To Kill a Mockingbird, like there's like a white savior
Right.
situation or something. I don't know. Okay, so Huck Finn, yes, so for Huck Finn, they're saying that the novel's use of the racial slur and its depiction of racist attitudes can cause students to feel upset, marginalized, or humiliated, and that can create an uncomfortable atmosphere in the classroom.
I understand that.
So I understand that. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about these types of things because, like, I don't, that's...
I agree. You can't really
It's-
deny something happened. You can't like brush
Yeah.
it under the
Right.
rug and then like ignore all
Right.
this discomfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you also don't want people to feel called out or othered in their classes, and like
Right.
it has to be done in a sensitive way. And also, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the classics are. Think about all of the classics that we have. It's all like these white men wrote these books, right? So
Totally.
can
I
we
was
like
just
maybe
thinking about
change
that.
it up a little bit? Like, can we
Yeah.
change up a little bit? Even something from the same time. Can we find something that was written by
By a
a
black
woman or a black
person.
person, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
True.
I think that there's like, we don't want to completely deny that it ever happened, and of course it's like a great piece of literature, I suppose. I don't know. I didn't read it either. But I think that we can kind of
See it
change
through
it.
someone else's eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyway.
Well, I think about like as a Jewish person, like if it was flipped on me that a lot of times I've been the only Jewish person in a room.
Right.
I think about if something,
Because you're going
if
to
I could
church
find
for
an
some reason,
equivalent
and we
of
don't
it.
know why. Sorry, it was a joke. It's like, why is she going to church all the time? It was like-
Why is she here? I mean, it's
I
cool
would-
that she's here. I just don't know what she's getting out of it.
I think I
Yeah.
would feel really uncomfortable if I was like the minority of the group
Mhm.
and this word kept being flown around, like I would be like, take the brunt of it,
Yeah.
you know? So I think it is definitely something to be discussed, but I do think it's something that also needs to be remembered.
Sure.
I don't think we can just erase that part of our history, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Banned Book Nook. Number 2, Lindsey.
Yes.
This multiple award-winning coming-of-age novel was lauded upon its 2008 publication for tackling such touchpoint issues as racial identity, bullying, poverty, disability, and more. And as a result, many schools incorporated it into their curriculums. But of course, then came the complaints. They ranged from its use of filthy words to references to masturbation to themes viewed by many as anti-Christian. I guess
see.
am I being like regionalist by making this person have a southern accent, or is that just
Maybe.
accurate?
No,
Well, let's see what kind of emails we get.
Okay, we haven't gotten any emails.
Right, so I think we're fine.
Okay, at least 17 schools across the U.S. crossed it off their reading list, sparking student protest and petitions.
Okay.
Is it A, Beartown by Frederick Backman, B, The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, or C, China Dream by Ma Jian?
oh my god.
I will say I don't know at all, but it sounds
Take a
like a
guess.
great read, and it sounds
wanna
like
read it.
something I would want to read.
I want us to read all these books that I'm talking about.
Wow.
So I'm going to go with A.
That is incorrect. It was not Beartown by Frederick Backman, but that was also on the banned books list, so we're going to read that too. Morgan, do you have a guess? B, The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, or C, China Dream?
I'm gonna go with China Dream.
No, it was The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian.
Wow.
It tells
What-
the story of
and
a
was that like a-
14-year-old boy.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you were about to
Yeah?
explain it. No, you
I was
did
just
it.
going to give you the little synopsis. It was a 14-year-old boy who leaves his Spokane Indian reservation to attend an all-white high school.
Wow.
You see, I thought it. So
That
that's my
sounds
question was going to
amazing.
be: is it like Native American
Indian.
or is it like
Yeah.
Indian?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
that answered my question. I would have totally gone with B then.
But what we're seeing is someone tried to put on their curriculum a book seen
Uh-huh.
through another kind of person's eyes.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And now they're trying to ban that too.
Oh, yes, because it references masturbation or
Right.
whatever. They'll find any reason not to.
Meanwhile,
Open
they'll
their
make
minds.
you
Who
read a
knows?
Greek tragedy about a dude fucking his mom. It's like, come on, guys, pick. What you
Yeah,
want.
exactly.
Pick
Or
and
Liz
choose your
Estrada, right?
shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So when people say, like, it's a classic, we have to, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Also,
Yeah.
every young
Yeah.
boy engages in a circle jerk at least 3 times.
I thought you were going to say
in their
every young
childhood.
boy tries to fuck their mom.
Also that.
They
Right?
think about it, I'm sure. Moving on.
Great.
Yeah. Morgan, number 3. When U.S. State Representative Amy Arata picked up her 17-year-old son's school copy of this book, she did not like what greeted her eyes. The Republican lawmaker of New Gloucester, Massachusetts, was so shocked by what she read that she felt compelled to introduce a bill to criminalize educators who teach it. It's really sending the wrong messages to kids about what's appropriate, Arata told a local news station in January 2019, citing the book's obscene and very vivid descriptions of sex. I opened up a page that made me go, wow, this isn't normal.
Wow.
Ooh, I wonder
Was
if it's
it
like
A,
Tropic of
Haruki-
Oh, okay.
Haruki Murakami's Kafka on the Shore, B, Beyond Magenta, Transgender Teens Speak Out by Susan Kuklin, or C, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher.
Interesting. I didn't know that was a
13
book.
Reasons Why they turn into a
Yeah.
show. So I'm gonna say 13 Reasons Why.
Mhm. That is incorrect, although it is on a banned book list.
Gloucester. She's from Gloucester, this woman.
Gloucester, New Gloucester. Not the old Gloucester.
I didn't know 13 Reasons Why was a book. That's interesting. What were the other two? There's a transgender...
Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami, or Beyond Magenta, Transgender Teens Speak Out by Susan Kuklin.
Can I try to steal with transgender?
You can try, but you will fail, because
I'm
it
gonna
is
read that.
Haruki Murakami's Kafka on the Shore.
That guy, I read
The
one
novel
book
is a
by that guy.
surreal...
You
I
have?
haven't read any.
Sorry,
What did you read, Morgan?
I keep it.
No,
I'm
it's
so
fine.
sorry. I keep interrupting. No, I want to hear the synopsis of this story.
I want you to interrupt.
It is a conversation. You are allowed to speak.
Yeah, you are.
I forgot the title of it, but
thank
from
you.
what it was like some book about dreams and like living in a dream world or not a dream world, and it was kind of
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He'd be writing some goofy. I forget. I don't even know if it's a he or she. To be honest with you, but they'd be
I
writing some
don't
goofy
actually
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it is a surreal and hallucinatory tale of a young runaway on an Oedipal quest to find his mother.
Yeah.
And an aging simpleton who searches for lost cats. I feel attacked.
Oh, I love this. This sounds great.
There's also a murder and a mackerel that falls from the sky. Intrigue and sex with a ghost. Ooh. And everything else you'd expect from Murakami's magical realist style. Love it.
Wow.
I often wonder how many ghosts have had sex with me that I don't know about.
We've talked about this on the show, actually.
Yeah, we have. How many ghosts have you fucked on?
I don't fuck with ghosts or fuck ghosts.
But what have they fucked you?
I don't know.
So I mean, sometimes I don't think we have
there.
a choice. You know what I mean? So sorry, I don't want to go.
Sometimes I don't. No, you went there, and I think we should. I think it's a subject that not enough people are talking about. So thank you for coming forward and sharing your truth.
Specifically, or
ghost rape? Yes,
ghost rape,
but not
interdimensional being rape. They are, everybody is susceptible to this. I don't know. I feel so uncomfortable that I don't even want to say the word.
How do you think the people felt who had to go through it? How do you think they felt?
Oh God.
You know.
What's the next question?
No, I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show. I think we're going to end it early.
I wonder if that happens between ghosts. And
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
You know, we had a bit.
Wow.
Morgan, we had a bit about mimes, and I think that this would fit in with the mime sketch.
A ghost being raped by a mime?
No,
or vice versa?
mimes raping other mimes.
We're going to have to put a big trigger warning on this episode.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it later.
I ruined your episode. I just cut that part out.
I'm not going to. I love it. Okay. Whose turn is it? Lindsey?
Sure.
Number 4.
But no, I've never had sex with a ghost.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
The ALA Office for Intellectual Freedom tracked 150 challenges to library, school, and university materials and services in 2020. So they tracked all of the books that have been challenged to try to get that people are trying to ban. Okay. Of the 10 most challenged books, how many were not challenged because they were seen to be either anti-police, anti-male, or anti-white? 3, 1, or 0? Of the 10 most challenged books, how many were not challenged because of one of those reasons? That they're either anti-police, anti-male, or anti-white. So they're challenged for some other reason.
And the options are 3,
1, or 0.
0?
That is correct. Correct.
Nice.
So what were they being challenged for?
They were all being challenged for mostly for racial issues being brought up. So either they were seen as being anti-white or anti-male or anti-police. All of the 10 most challenged books.
Wow.
Wow.
I was going to give the same answer.
You know they're trying to... What?
I was going to give the same answer.
We'll keep that in mind.
Oh, okay. We'll keep that in mind in case we need a tiebreaker or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, well, it's recess time! Recess. Yeah. So, for our listeners, if you're not familiar with Morgan J,
you better get familiar.
You need to know that he is not only a stand-up, but he does musical comedy that is hilarious.
Oh,
let me ask you something. So when Morgan performs, he starts kind of improvising, and then it turns into something. How much of your bits are fully improvised and it turns into something, and how many of them are rehearsed?
So with the musical comedy, when I first started writing the songs, I wrote straight songs, no improvising in it. But then something shifted, and I realized people like the crowd work the most. So every time I write a song, I try to write like questions into it that eventually
Cool.
I have this song called Split the Check where I pick somebody in the crowd, I ask them if they split the check, but I've done it so many times now that I know what the responses are going to be. So like, kind of like that, like I
Yeah.
know what they're kind of like choose your own adventure kind of jokes in that like
I love it.
every
I love it.
show will be a little bit different depending on whoever I choose and what they say. So you know, I only, but then I think now during the pandemic, that's why like I have this whole setup here. I've done so much corporate Zoom comedy, which is mostly just me doing like music and like look at Michelle from HR. She's looking like a therapist on her day off, really just enjoying her time off, you know, and then like you know, they weren't even like, they're not even good roasts, but like you can't really go too hard. Like you can be like, look at Michael from accounting. He looks like he has a terrible coke problem. That's why his wife left him. Like you can't be doing things like that, right? So you have to like keep it kind of. But the thing was, I was doing that for so long. I think the longest set I did with no material was like a half hour. So.
Amazing.
So I think, yeah, thank you. And I just ran my hour last night at like my actual hour at the Irvine Improv last night, and it went really well. And which makes me feel good because I'm gonna put out like an hour special, and then I'll put out another special called the Crowdwork Special, kind of like Todd Barry did. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Todd Barry's Crowdwork tour. I'm a big fan of that album. And then I'm gonna put out, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it because I'm gonna just drop it, and people were like, "What? What the?"
Yes.
I
love it. And so
I
you're
really
gonna
discovered
a little teaser.
I really discovered my power this last year, and my inner strength, and the power of visualization and manifestation is real. I mean, if I don't want to bring Israel into this, but is real is what I was saying. Like I was.
Please don't bring Israel into it. I don't even know what to say at this point.
I know. I was, you know, this whole last year, because I moved in here 2 months ago, but the year before that, I was like, apartment with stairs, 2 balconies. You know what I mean? No, but I wanted to live alone, and now I live alone. Anyway, we got off track on this question. I lost it.
No,
that's great.
I think seeing, you know, if you guys go and look at Morgan's Instagram and his TikTok, you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of success. Obviously, the crowd loves you. You have a fan base. I think like those are things you can manifest and work really hard. And I truly believe it's like, if you have self-sabotage, you're the only one that's going to get in your way. And if you believe you can do it and keep believing you can do it, you can do it. You know, I think we all just can kind of get in our own way, and you found this niche that's so great and looks so good on you and is so fun, and it's something you clearly enjoy doing too.
Your niche looks really good on you, Morgan.
It looks really good on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautiful, inspiring stories at recess. I love it.
I love it too.
Not how most of my recesses went.
No.
Yeah.
Do you have any embarrassing stories to tell us?
Yeah, I got 2 embarrassing stories that come to mind. So the first, I'll start with the one that has like scarred me, because it's like, so I get cold sores, and so, or some people call them oral herpes. Yeah, and then there was somebody. Hey, welcome to the club. Is dope. We have good energy in our club. Yeah. And then I had this quote friend, and there was like a fire alarm in high school, and then we were all outside, and I had a big cold sore. And then he was like doing this song like, Morgan has herpes, Morgan has herpes, Morgan has herpes. And you know, the way it does sound like that in my head. So that kind of bummed me out. It was embarrassing. And then the other one that's kind of cute is in like 6th grade, there was this foreign exchange student, or not exchange, but she moved from like Switzerland to America, and she was going to school at our school. This girl Stephanie Stalder, I was like crushing so hard on her. And then in algebra, I forget, in math class, like 6th grade math class, I was writing like a list of my crushes on a piece of paper, and like she was at the top of the list, but Stephanie was also in my class. And Mr. Ruthberg saw it and like read the list in front of everybody.
No.
And
I hate him.
Yeah, but also like I kind of love it, like mad respect, because he was a good teacher. He was good at teaching math. So,
So what happened with Stephanie?
Nothing. I mean, what if I was like, we have 3 kids and it's beautiful.
3
No,
beautiful
nothing happened.
angels.
She became, I think, a hairstylist or something, and I went on to have many more crushes after that. So it's all good. But isn't
Morgan,
it
I
suck
don't
to
know
have?
how
Oh yeah.
I don't know how old you are, but did you ever do the lists in school where you literally rated the person from like a 1 to a 10? And you wrote like a list of girls, and then you rated them?
I never did that.
We did that in my school.
Well,
I mean,
you're
we
a year
absolutely
younger
did
than me,
things like
so.
that.
So
We
mean.
absolutely did things like that. High school is terrible. It's a terrible experiment.
Yeah.
The
It
education
is.
system is broken. You all saw that TED Talk from a long time
And we're
ago.
gonna fix it.
We're gonna fix it.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think if I have kids, I'm not planning on having kids, but if I do have kids, I don't think I'm gonna send them to like the normal school system. You know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Gonna homeschool them and really fuck them up.
No, I'm gonna have them like develop like usable skills. I'm gonna like look at the landscape of like the earth and the world, and it's like, hey, let's teach our son how to
put
like,
them to work.
let's teach right. No, let's teach our son or daughter or child how to make water out of nothing, because it's gonna be scarce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's figure that out.
Right. Teach them useful skills for the apocalyptic
impending doom.
future we're imagining.
Every time I see
Yes,
people have
exactly.
babies now, I'm just
Because
like,
you're reading Dune right now.
yeah, there's no water. Oh my god. But it's like every time I see friends have babies, and I'm sure you guys have friends this last year who had babies.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to reduce your carbon footprint, or do you want to ruin the earth? No, have a baby.
I feel a lot of baby pressure lately.
you
And I
in
don't
your
know how I
30s?
feel about any of it. I am in my 30s,
Sure.
and I'm in a normal relationship for the first time. So all this stuff is coming up for me that's like, oh, I could actually like be with this person and have a baby. There's not all these like glaring red flags. Oh my God, now I have to think about these things. Oh my God, and I'm getting older. It's like, it's a lot. I've never really dealt with that. I've always felt like whatever,
I literally, the new song I have is about this. So I'm 34, and I think men and women kind of have the same, like similar but different. Like I think in your early 30s to mid 30s, if you're a woman, I think you're like, the baby clock is like it's coming up, and it's like have the baby, and everybody around you's having babies. And then for men, it's like, hey, everybody has like their shit together, like financially, and have bed frames, and like like get your money right, like what
Bed frames.
like be like grow up and be an adult, and like have your finances in order. Like you're in your 30s, you can't be like so it's like, because like if we're looking at like a heteronormative stereotype, like where men are the providers and women have the children and things like that, then like those pressures sort of exist. But obviously I think things are changing.
felt more I personally feel more of the bed frame pressure than I do about the baby pressure.
I feel bed frame pressure.
Yeah.
I also feel, because I think a lot of the baby stuff is like,
I don't feel any baby pressure.
the tick that
I don't know if I want to have kids though, so it's not like oh, you better do it now. I'm like I don't know if I want to do it at all, so it doesn't really matter if I do it now.
There's
or
a
never.
lot of levels of the baby pressure.
Yeah.
There's I want to keep it, but then there's also, if I don't keep it, like how much older can I get? Like how much older?
Keep what?
Like if I got pregnant tomorrow, I would be like, I don't want to have a baby right now. Like fuck that. But if I'm gonna have kids, like my eggs are dying. Like,
If I got pregnant now, I would have it. I would keep it.
See,
Really?
that's crazy to me.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
I just would.
Wow.
But I'm not trying to do that.
No, but we're at an age where it's like
Yeah.
this could be it. And if I did think about
can I
that,
tell you
That's the only.
something silly?
I would just be like, I'm old enough that it's a miracle. Not a miracle,
No.
but it's not a miracle that I would have one. But I mean, it's like less likely because I'm in my late 30s.
Can I tell you something interesting that you guys might find? So I have a girlfriend. And
Sure.
We're
Interrupt
in
me
an
again.
We're in an. I am always interrupting you.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
really
kidding.
am. I have this girlfriend. I have a girlfriend, and we are in an open relationship. And she sent me this thing about Nick Cannon having like his 7th kid with like his fourth baby mama or some shit like that.
oh wow.
And she was like, we had the conversation. She's like, listen, I'm not really worried about you like like fucking other people. I'm more worried about like you fucking a fangirl and then like poking a hole in a condom and then like you getting them like having a baby with it. You know, which tells you she's a real one.
That's like
you know
that sounds like a legit fear.
Yeah,
she's
that
like,
sounds legit.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't mind, but like you got to be fucking careful, especially now as a dude, because it's like, you don't know what's gonna happen, you know, or I don't want to, but you know, like you just don't know. You gotta be more careful.
No, that actually, I would think the same thing if I was.
I would be like, don't knock anyone up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's one thing to like whatever you're
and get everything in writing.
Your relationship, but like then that just bringing that's a whole other.
Yeah,
that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah.
Should we go back to school?
Yeah, we should go back to school.
Fine. Yes, let's go back to class.
All right, I got a quick. Recess was so nice.
Hey, let me ask you a
quickie.
Real question. Did you guys go to a school where if it rained, you guys just watched Jurassic Park inside the lunchroom? Or like a movie like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Public school.
I loved when it rained.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Remember the rainy days that we used to have before we moved to California?
Yeah, I miss the East Coast rains.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Although every time I go back to New York, I'm like, fuck this place.
You were just there, you said. You just traveled there, right?
And I'll be there in July doing a bunch of shows. So.
Well, we heard a rumor on the streets that you were school treasurer when you were in high school. And
Who told you that?
I don't know. I just heard it somewhere.
Someone bragging about you. I don't know who that could be.
So
it was your mother.
We're going to play a game about money called Money Matters.
Ooh, what a great name.
Money Matters, bitches.
Let's go.
We're going to go back and forth like we did on the last quiz. And I'm going to start with Morgan, our guest. So, Morgan, the United States officially adopted the dollar as its unit of currency in 1785, and the U.S. dollar is the most commonly used currency in the world. Here's my question. Who's on the $50 bill? I'll give you multiple choice.
It's a fat white dude.
That sounds about right.
Probably a president.
Is it A, Ulysses S. Grant, B, Alexander Hamilton, or C, Andrew Jackson?
It's Grant. Ulysses S. Grant.
Woo! That is correct.
Wow.
Great job.
Was that just a flex because you have so many $50 bills in your wallet?
Yeah, let me just pull. No, I just knew because I knew Andrew Jackson, I think, is the 20, or he's on the 20, and then Hamilton, I'm not sure if he's on one, but.
Hamilton's on the $10 bill.
Yeah.
And Abraham
Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton.
I can't even say it without thinking that.
Exactly.
All right, Kelly.
Yes.
Money is made in factories called mints.
Mint.
The first U.S. mint got its power from harnessed horses to print the money. Isn't that crazy, John? The study or collection of money is called A, Curomatics, B, Numismatics, or C, Financematics.
A.
Incorrect. Do you want to try to steal, Morgan? Is
B.
it numismatics? Yes, that is correct.
Well, obviously it's not financematics.
I know.
Why not?
You made that one up. She didn't even try to find a third, like a third sounding.
No.
Thing. She's like,
no, she totally just made it up. No, even all my other books were banned books. Like all my A, B's, and C's were like, could have been real.
Who cares? Nobody cares. Hilarious. Okay, Morgan. Wow, he really was the treasurer. The first coins were minted around 2,500 years ago. The first paper money was made in blank over 1,000 years ago. The first paper money was made in A, Greece, B, Russia, or C, China.
China.
Did you just say China?
China.
I'm gonna say C, China.
Say it
That is correct. How do you know so much about money? Oh,
he was the treasurer.
Because I keep my money right, girl. Morgan J keep his money right.
He's in his 30s.
You know what I'm saying?
He has a bed frame and a $50 bill in his wallet.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
can I tell you something, Lane? I do keep cash around because I feel like it promotes wealth in your life.
I like that.
I can't even tell you about
feng shui
my cash situation. really ridiculous.
Do you
'cause
have
I'm hiding money everywhere?
That's
money
good.
in the mattress.
Under the mattress. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's good.
Shouldn't tell people. I guess
Maybe you shouldn't
tell people that.
I don't even
Lives in
hide
those
it. I just like
sleeves.
leave it out. I just see it. I see
Oh,
it.
good. Just
You want to see it?
Yeah.
You're supposed to put a dollar under a green candle to promote.
I mean, I got a money tree.
Money spell.
I have a Chinese money tree. Oh yeah,
I used to have a money tree.
China makes total sense because their whole society, like they like, it's like money and paper and
You get
wealth.
the lucky money.
Yeah,
lucky
it's all
money.
that whole thing. They're like also like they love to gamble.
I love that. Morgan, I froze my eggs this year and I paid for the whole thing in cash, and I like rolled up with like a huge wad of cash, and they gave me a discount. It was really nice.
Ugh, love a cash discount.
All right, let's see. Kelly.
Yes.
The only woman to have ever appeared on the U.S. currency note was actually Martha Washington. She was on a $1 silver certificate, a $1 silver certificate. The certificates were first printed in 1886, 6 years after the first legal tender dollar bill featuring Washington was issued. Then the dollar certificates were discontinued in 1957. Now, let's talk a little bit about Martha Washington. She once donated her blank to make the first U.S. currency. Okay?
Her plasma.
Do you want A, B, and C?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
A, her silverware. B, her jewelry. Or C, her art sculptures.
Silverware.
That is correct.
All right. Let's go.
Cute, right? Yeah. All right. This is a fun one. Let's do this one. All right. Morgan J. Pablo Escobar had enough cash that he lost almost $1 billion of money each year to A, moths, B, rats, or C, birds making nests.
I thought he just like misplaced the money. He just lost. He didn't know where he put it. So it's A.
It disappeared.
Moths. It's moths, rats.
Moths, rats, or birds making nests.
I'm gonna say rats.
That is correct.
So just for the record, I was also going to say rats.
Okay,
so,
So do you want to cancel out the last point for when Morgan said for the record he was going to get that one right? Because now they just cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll just be honest with you. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win. Okay.
We can tell. All right, last question. Kelly Wallace Barn Owl. You ready?
Woohoo.
Slang words for money have been named after all of these things but A, leather, B, shells, or C, cement.
Shells? Wait, is that one of your answers?
Mm-hmm.
Shells? So it's
leather, shells, or cement. One of these is not
a slang term for
a
money.
slang came out of a slang term for money.
Leather, shells, or what's the other one?
Cement.
Oh.
I'm just going to go shells.
That is incorrect, Morgan. This is it. This is your chance to steal.
Cement.
That is correct.
Oh, can I get a point though? Because that was my first instinct that I then went against.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
That's not how it works. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Morgan's doing real good. Yes. Buck, like skin of a deer or skin of a cow.
Mm-hmm.
Buck.
But that's different than leather. It's a different word.
Isn't leather made out of cow
But
skin?
I just picture you
slang
guys.
term leather?
No. But
I just picture you guys after this is over having a huge argument. Like, dude, what the fuck?
That's our.
What the fuck was up with that question with the leather?
That question with the leather? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Anyway.
And, what are you doing?
And then
Did you want me to lose? I thought I was your friend.
I always want you to lose.
Bitch.
The word fee comes from the German word for cattle. Yeah.
Wow.
V-I-E-H.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Doesn't it sound German?
Yeah.
Great. All right, that was it. That was Money Matters.
Woo!
All right, let's go.
All right, so Morgan, you were the school treasurer, but you were also the class president? Did I read that correctly?
I'm sorry.
You did read that right. You did read that right.
So we're going back to, what was that class, Lindsay?
What was what class?
What was your class?
Oh, this was Money Matters. It was Treasury class.
Oh, well,
obviously.
that's not
it was
a class.
Home
Ec. Okay, well, we're going to student government. We're going to student
go.
government. This game is called the classiest class presidents.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. All right. This is another back and forth multiple choice, and we'll start with our guest, Morgan J. Morgan J. number 1. We're going to talk about former class presidents. This former class president graduated from the University School, a private school in the upscale Cleveland suburb of Hunting Valley. He attended Lee University and was also a cellist in the university's orchestra. His father was a pastor and a city councilman. Who is he? A, Republican politician James Daniel Jordan, serving as Ohio's representative in the 4th Congressional District.
Christ.
B, Leto Anthony Lee Iacocca, an American automobile executive. Or C, Greg Hogan, a college student who robbed a Wachovia bank when he was 19 and got arrested at his frat house.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
I'm going to go B.
That is incorrect, Lindsay. Do
Can
you
I
know
go
steal?
C?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, the
Greg.
bank.
Greg Hogan had everything going for him, but he robbed a Wachovia bank when he was 19 and got arrested later at his frat house.
I haven't thought about a Wachovia bank
Me
since
neither.
my Florida days.
He served nearly 2 years for the crime. Extra credit, and this is for either one of you. Why did he rob the bank, you guys? He had everything going for him.
Because he was addicted to crack?
Ooh,
That's a great guess. That is
answer.
incorrect. Lindsay, do you have a guess?
I'm going to guess because his parents never loved him and he wanted attention.
Listen, that is not the right answer, but
But
I'm
it
going to
is.
give it to you because that is undoubtedly true.
Woo!
That
It was an online gambling debt.
Gambling debt.
Gambling debt.
Gambling,
Gets
All right.
every
gambling
time.
stuff,
Yeah,
gambling
Lindsay.
stuff.
Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
Which U.S. president was not a class prejudice?
Prejudice?
Well, they were all prejudice.
Yeah. Which U.S. president was not a class president in college? Was it A, Bill Clinton, B, Abraham Lincoln, or C, Richard Nixon?
Oh. I'm going to go Clinton.
That is incorrect.
I'm going to go
Morgan,
Abraham
one
Lincoln.
choice.
That is correct.
That
he was
seemed too easy.
not a class president.
Yeah, I mean,
and
you know,
extra
I don't
credit.
Yeah, go ahead. What was the extra credit? Sorry.
I think you were going to answer the extra credit. Where did Abraham Lincoln go to college?
I don't even think he went to school. He was like chopping wood at 9
Ding,
years
ding, ding,
old.
ding, 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 ding.
He's like,
Yes, he was
literally
self-educated.
Yeah, literally his mom like died in a cabin and he was like alone, and I think he just had to like start chopping wood and like live his life at 9 years old. Like what
Basically.
the fuck? What the actual
fuck?
fuck, dude?
What the
Yeah.
actual fuck? And then he was a self-taught
Yeah.
lawyer and then
Yep.
the president. All right, let's see.
He had syphilis, right? Or was it just George
No,
Washington?
he
They
got
all
shot
had
in the head.
syphilis.
Different
Yeah,
guy.
that's
That's right.
different. A little
He
different.
got shot in the head with a bullet made of syphilis.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
So
what I
it
was
was the
thinking
syphilis. It wasn't the
of.
bullet thing. Bullets don't kill
Kill
people.
people,
Syphilis
syphilis
kills
does.
people. All right, Morgan J. number 3. This former class president from Madrid, Spain, was known to be introverted in high school and is best known in his career for his quick thinking and signature work with playing cards. Is it A, Juan Tamirez, a famous Madrid-born magician who won the World Prize of Magic for a magnificent card trick that stunned everyone? Or B, Alfredo Galan, serial killer known as the playing card killer who dropped a playing card at the scene of his murders? Or C, Adrian Mateos, World Series of Poker Europe winner 2013.
I'm gonna go just because off the first question we're going with a theme of people whose lives went the wrong track. So I'm gonna go with the serial killer.
That is correct.
Kelly loves a serial killer. Great guess. Great guess.
All right, extra credit.
Ooh.
What playing card did he drop at the scene of his murders?
The Ace of Spades.
That is a good guess.
The
But it
Joker.
wasn't the Ace of Spades. It was the Three of Cups.
The Three of Cups.
Three of Cups.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why. a playing card was found near the body of one of his first victims, and they
just
thought it was
happened to
intentional.
be-
It wasn't actually intentional. Then they
went-
called him, and he's like, "Ooh, that's going to be my signature."
Got
And then he
it.
just started doing it on purpose.
Wow.
So he's just kind of an opportunist,
Crazy town.
Great. Well, he's in jail forever, so that's good. Let's see. Number 4, last question.
Woo!
Whose question is this?
It's
Lindsey.
mine.
Okay. Oh, this is about Florida. So this is right up your
Florida.
alley. We're both from Florida.
Okay.
Lindsey,
Yes.
which student body president was stripped of their office of student body president at the University of Florida? Was it A, Michael Murphy for inviting Donald Trump Jr. and Trump campaign advisor Kimberly Guilfoyle to speak on campus and trying to pay them $50,000 with publicly funded student activity fees?
That sounds very
Was
Florida.
it B, William Smith Myers after being arrested for knocking over motorcycles while so drunk he didn't know he had traveled to Key West for spring
That
break?
sounds Florida too.
Or C, Tim Phillips for changing the school's mascot from Alberta and Alberta Gator to Albert and Steve Gator to try to show his school's commitment to inclusivity of the LGBT community.
Oh my god, I love, if you just thought of that, I love that. I'm gonna go with motorcycle damage.
That is correct.
Woo! Key West
Whoa.
motorcycle damage.
Although, listen, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, I did make up the Albert and Steve Gator. Thank
so
you.
cute.
So second of all, I don't actually know. I couldn't find out if he was actually like removed from office or not. I couldn't figure out what happened after this. There was like a petition to get him out because they're like, he's not a good guy. But I don't know what actually happened with it. But
Wow.
that was the one. But I know for sure that the Trump dude, he was not stripped of his office, even though there was also a petition to get him out because they're like, fuck you. But nope, he managed to stay. But here's your extra credit question. Extra credit?
Yeah.
What's my credit score? Why did he knock over? There's a reason. Why did he knock over the motorcycles? It's not just because he was drunk.
Because someone had a Trump sticker on it.
No. That's a great guess.
I saw that in Los Olivos once, and I wanted to push it over, but I didn't.
A motorcycle killed his family.
Oh, that's
His
a
whole
good.
family.
That's a really good guess. No, he was trying to start them, and the ones that wouldn't start, which was all of them, he would knock over.
Oh my god, amazing.
Fine.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So just a quick side note.
Mm.
A lot of my friends went to University, what is it, of Florida?
UF, yeah.
UF.
Mhm.
And I was there once, and I got a phone call from someone like, hey, I just randomly, Dave Matthews is staying in this hotel, and I just ran into the band, and they're looking for drugs. Can you get them drugs? And I was with my friend Mike, and I was like, we have to get them drugs.
We have to get Dave Matthews Band drugs.
So we got them drugs.
Amazing.
What kind of
And
drugs?
Coke. We got them Coke, and we got them weed.
How long ago?
And
was
we
this?
didn't do. This was, I was in college. This
Okay.
was a long
over
time
a
ago.
decade ago.
And so we didn't know who was coming over to get the drugs. So we're like in his house, like pacing back and forth, like who's coming over with the drugs. And I was in town for the Dave Matthews concert, so this was like, this
Well, I
was
hope they
crazy
gave
town.
you tickets.
No, I had tickets. I was already going. So it wound up being the drummer. But like, who knows what the drummer of Dave Matthews looks like?
I
So
don't
we were
know.
like, okay. So we Googled him when he left, and we were like, wow, that was actually the drummer. And then on stage at the show, he gave us a shout out.
Oh my God, what did he
Wow.
say?
He's like, shout out to Lindsey and Mike, who I met yesterday. Thank you so much. And we were like, ah! We were like,
But they
freaking out.
weren't like,
Yeah.
shout out to you guys for the drugs. They were just like, shout out.
For
for
the
giving
drugs.
us Coke.
No. Well, we did. We got him drugs.
Lindsay, I've never heard this story.
Really?
Or I
That's
forgot
awesome.
it.
He went in the bathroom and did the Coke, and I was looking under the door, like,
Oh,
trying
he
to see
did.
what
He like
was-
needed
He
it.
did
He didn't
it
just.
in
He
the-
didn't pick it up and then take it back to his bandmates. He was
No.
like, I need a bump right
Well,
now.
maybe he was the only one who wanted Coke. Maybe Dave.
He
Matthews.
probably
I
wanted to
think
test
he
it.
was.
He probably wanted to test it.
I think he
Yeah.
was definitely the only one that wanted Coke. He was definitely using the name Dave Matthews. He was weird. He wanted to stick around. He was like not trying to have sex with me because he wasn't sure if me and Mike were together, but he was like lingering around. Like it was weird. It was weird.
Would you have had sex with him?
Oh, it just became like.
No, I wasn't into it. He was a little off.
Oh, it just went from like the coolest story ever to the real. That's the real, and that's the fantasy versus reality.
Yeah, but we did. We figured it out. We didn't know how to get coke, and when you put your mind to something, you manifest that shit.
That's right.
If you want to get the drugs, you get the fucking drugs.
Beautiful and inspiring for this classroom setting, Lindsey. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, well that's our show. Let's tally up. It is time though to tally up the points, and I have to say, Morgan. This was not only super fun, but you knew a lot. You got like almost every question right, I feel like.
I'm angry.
I don't know.
My ego's bruised for sure.
So Marsha just came in, she tallied up the points, and Kelly, you're on this you're on a hill.
Down straight?
You're on the bottom of the hill, and you've been getting 3 points.
I'm on the loser hill.
You've been getting 3 points.
Did I get 3 points?
You got 3 points.
I got 3 points.
You got 3 points. Okay. And that, you know what? I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you with 5. Okay, so it's like not that bad. But thanks. Morgan J has 12 points.
How is that possible?
12 because you nailed the money stuff.
Oh yeah,
you
the money stuff I knew.
He has a staircase. Of course he has his shit together.
You tell that girlfriend of yours you've got your money shit tight. She knows. Tight
She knows.
Butthole.
My money's tight like my butthole.
Like my butthole.
Yeah. Well, if we combined our points, Lindsey, we still don't.
No, we don't have a chance. We have 8 points, and he has 12 points. Okay. So, Morgan, you're our winner. Fuck you, I'm smarter!
Let's go! Ooh, yeah! We won what was the name? We won the game!
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Fuck you, I'm smarter!
Yeah! Beautiful.
Well,
so this is your chance to make a valedictorian speech and look us in the eyes and say, fuck you, I'm smarter. Take the crown. Take it away.
Okay, fantastic. 1 second. I want to first say that fuck you guys, I'm smarter. And
yeah, that would be nice. I felt that.
When you guys graduate, just don't be afraid to look people in the eye and know that, you have a staircase in your apartment. You have 2 balconies.
Yeah.
You have an impressive school resume. You have your money tight. You got your money right. I don't know if I want to be sincere or earnest on this part of the speech, but you gotta tell yourself that you're the shit. You really do. You really do. And if you're somebody who struggles with low self-esteem or a low sense of value or self-worth, it's a daily grind. You got to wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say, I fucking love you. You're the shit. And you are smarter than everybody out there. You're talented. People want to hang out with you. You're a good-looking person. You radiate joy and love and calm. And just know that you're fantastic. Okay? And it doesn't matter whether or not, you booked that commercial or that person booked a series regular. That's not important. What's important is that you love yourself, and no matter what you do, you have value. And that's all I want to say.
I feel like he's speaking directly to you. I mean, I'm just kidding.
Lindsey's like, I already know the fucking shit. I need
to do that.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's true. If I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and I literally take 2 seconds and I'm like, Lindsey, this is a good fucking day. Like, what's your problem? This is a good day. Like, have a good day. Like, it's gonna be all right. It really does shift your thinking. If I could just look in the mirror and say, I'm the shit. That's the homework. That's everybody's homework.
It is.
You're the shit.
It's a daily process, and if you slip for a day,
it
you're gonna feel
is.
it. You're gonna feel it when you don't do it for a certain. You got to meditate. So I should do like a mental health podcast. Yeah. I go to therapy.
That was really beautiful.
I have therapy
it made me feel good. How did it make you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah, therapy's the best. Morgan, where can we find you? Plug all your plugs. This was so much fun.
Guys, thank you so much for having me on. This was fun. I'm sad it's over. And you could find me morganj.com, mostly on my Instagram. That's where I post about shows, @morganj. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/morganj regularly. Like, I want to say at least once a week on Mondays, normally, as long as I'm in town. And that's the main thing. And then I'm on TikTok, but I think people who are listening to podcasts are not on TikTok. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Wait, are you saying that the podcast listeners are older than TikTokers?
Yeah,
I do.
think so.
I am saying that.
Yeah.
I am absolutely saying that.
Yeah, that's what
That's
he's
Like,
saying.
exactly what he's saying.
I
Okay,
will
got
say
it.
though, TikTokers will watch clips of podcasts on TikTok, but I don't think they'll listen.
Right. Yes.
No,
right.
you see what I'm
we
talking
need to
about,
get
right?
back on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So.
Well, thank you so much. You can find us at Kelly and Lindsey. We're on YouTube Live. All the links are in our bio on our Instagram. We love you. Tell your friends.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
And email us because we're lonely.
Yeah, we love to talk.
We
You're
love to
lonely.
We
talk.
love to talk. That's why we have a podcast.
Aren't you in a
we would love to talk to
Lindsey,
you.
Aren't you in a serious
Yeah.
relationship where you're about to have babies with the person, or?
Yeah, she's still lonely inside. It's complicated.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but we're lonely as a unit.
Oh, I get it.
Do you know what I
She's
mean?
just trying to make me feel better.
No, we are lonely. Kelly and Lindsey is lonely.
Kelly and Lindsey as a
As a
us,
couple, we are
we
lonely.
are
lonely.
And we
Sometimes
need
I feel
you.
lonely.
We
in my
need
relationship.
affirmation.
I get it.
Yeah.
It
Everyone
happens.
feels lonely in every relationship.
Sometimes you could be in
know?
a room full of people and you're lonely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like Lady Gaga said, there could be 100 people in one room. Remember when she said
Oh,
that
yeah,
speech
they did a
50
whole
times
string
in
of that?
10 different- Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I don't remember what her point was, but it was annoying. All right, Morgan.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
Guys,
listening.
thank you. Do I leave or do you stop recording, or what do we do?
We're gonna stop recording.
Yeah, we'll stop recording.
Don't
And
leave.
then